Good morning and welcome back to my Let's Play of Oblivion. Oh, that's right, isn't it? We got the boots of... I was just trying to jump, but we're not wearing them. The boots of Spring-Heeled Jack last time for the Grey Fox, who is the leader of the Thieves Guild and seems to be gathering everything together for a heist of sorts. Pulling together all these different components. So, I believe we're not a million miles away for that heist happening. Let's level up. What do we want to level up in? Do we want to take it all the way to 100? It's not Fallout. Fallout, you want to leave it at 90 because you get bobbleheads just to push you that last 10. So, I think we do. Oh, we can only put 5 in, can't we? I'm just going to whack some endurance so we've got some a bit of health leveling up. How is our restoration? I think I want to keep pinging that up each level at the moment. A light armor can have a level. Our sneak is getting very good. What's our marksman at? 50. So if we put like a couple in there and a couple in there. Keep them similar sort of levels. I think we want, next level, we want a big couple of levels in those. But yeah, then we do our usual routine of putting our feet up for a bit of R&R, rest and relaxation, whilst we wait for the Grey Fox to get in contact with you. Here he is. Where do you want to meet me this time? What is the message?
The Grey Fox requests a meeting. Please travel to Atralo's house in the Imperial City Elven Gardens.
Let's go. The ultimate heist. Let's make it that my active quest. And let's get going and see what we actually need to do. There's been hints of like various bits and bobs to do with Imperials here. So I think we are... There's something pointing to that as being what we need to do. Where's the Grey Fox hiding? I know he's a master thief. Weird. I'm to meet him at Othrello's house in the Elven Garden district. Are we to be breaking in? Is this like a test to make sure we've proven our mettle? I don't think an easy lock is much for us to measure up against at this stage. I wonder if something odd's going on here. It seems maybe. Oh? He wasn't here when I first came in, right? I'm sure he wasn't. Hello.
You ready for one last great heist?
One more before we retire. The last heist.
This is the big one. This is the heist that will be written about and talked about for decades to come. We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. Are you ready for this challenge?
How much is the buyer paying?
There is no buyer. This is for glory, not for money. Our names will become legend. I also have a personal need for this particular scroll. As for your compensation, I ask you to trust me. If my plan works, you will get a reward worth far more than mere money. Will you do it?
For you, of course. When do we start?
Capital. I have worked for 11 years planning this heist. Sevilla's stone provided the last bit of information I needed.
What is the plan?
The Elder Scrolls are kept in the Imperial Palace, behind a door cannot be breached. Sevilla's stone has revealed a path around this door. You will have to travel the old way. Once used as an escape route for Imperial Emperors, it has been forgotten for centuries. To unseal the entrance, we must sneak into the basement of the palace and activate the Glass of Time. Whatever that is.
That doesn't fill me with hope that he's not sure what a major component of this is. Where is the actual entrance?
In the Imperial sewers. Here is the key for the gate to that section of the sewers. I picked the pocket of Okato himself to get it.
What is the old way?
My scrying with Sevilla's stone has provided clues, but not the details. I know the tools you will need there, but not the obstacles themselves. The boots of Spring-Heel Jack will allow you to leap to an unreachable place. They will also protect you from a long fall. The Arrow of Extrication is the only way to unlock the final door. Take them both.
Is that all you know?
Once you're inside the palace itself, you need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there.
How did you manage that?
I arranged for the notable Celia Cameron to want to read You will take her place. Do not speak to the priests. As the Guildmaster, I am waiving blood price for anyone you killed during this heist. However, I can't stop the Watch from putting a price on your head.
I can't remember all of this.
I've written it down for you in this book. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
I understand writing it down in the book because it allows you to go like this. Okay, what do I need to do? But at the same time, what's the point in that when you have this, the journal, which is basically your character remembering stuff for you anyway?
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the...
I'll pay the gold.
Okay.
I'm really not sure what I violated the law for then, but it does us no good to start our next mission with that. But I need a new bow now, because I accidentally sold the wrong one previously. So let's go and find that. Well, here we are. I believe the start of our heist. I wonder what the council chambers are for.
Remember, trespassing in the Imperial Palace is a serious crime. Do not venture beyond the first and second floors.
Okay. So, there being council chambers suggests something about the nature of the Imperial throne. That it has some level of court or deliberative discussions. So they all sit around. Yes. So I imagine that's where the Emperor is advised when needs be. Does not seem to be the correct way. I'm fairly sure this room is never used in the main quest, or if it is, it's right at the end. But this is a cool room. I did not mean to draw my sword. How many seats are there? It's quite a few. I imagine having a discussion around there. I can imagine it gets quite rowdy. So, our first obstacle. So this is the palace then. It's just an unusual building for a palace. You don't tend to have just like a straight up spire, I don't think, unless you're Saruman. So perhaps that's what's going on here. Okay, yeah, there is guards down here. Cheap wine. Oh, no, no. God, to have blink or some actual, like, stealth abilities right now would be fantastic. Giant club and a giant... So we've activated the Glass of Time. I've activated the Glass of Time. According to the Grey Fox, the door to the old way in the Imperial sewers should now be open. I just have to find it. Concentrating. I'm sure at one stage I knew exactly where this was. I've got a itchy trigger finger. I assume when it's a Glass of Time that... Oh, there is a marker on my mini-map. Yeah, I assume that you would have a time limit on this section, but it appears not. Oh, so we just have to activate it and then leave. I wasn't doing anything down there. Oh, it's on the day of recording, it's Hitman 3 release day. Talking about stealth games, which I'm very excited for. I wasn't, and now I am. And then I wasn't because they were releasing it without all of the previous games, which I own. And then they changed their mind on that on Epic, and so I am now excited again. I'm looking forward to spend another God knows how many hours getting Silent Assassin with the suit only, which is the canonical way to play that game. I wonder how, like, instinctually my guy just sort of knows, oh, it's this particular sewer grate that's open. This one's the old way. This one. Grate to the southeast tunnel. I have to say, something that they're really good at in both Oblivion and Morrowind has been to put things like sewers in the game, which I know seems silly, but they do really help make these areas of the like the Imperial City or Vivek, one of the towns in Morrowind, feel completely real. You know, you wouldn't have a large city without sewers or irrigation. Well, you might have, but it certainly implies a certain level of sophistication in this land. And plus, where else are you going to fight your giant rats? Where does this go? Waterfront. I'm going to go out here just because I'm curious if this is... I don't think it is. No. I was curious if it's the one that we came through here, the Imperial Prison one. But no, there seems to be a different connection and pathways in the sewers. Beneath the Bloodworks, this section's called. Which I think is it's immediately evocative of what it is. Also, there's people down here. I'm just going to assume... I mean, this guy might be friendly, but... It seems like a bit of a ridiculous thing to say when there's a corpse is hung up on fire nearby. Oh, vampire. Well, that reminds me, if I fought vampires, I should make sure I get healed. It's always a good rule of thumb, because you can capture porphyric haemophilia, which is a play on haemophilia, which was considered the vampire's disease, I believe, in history, which is... Isn't it the disease that the Tsar of Russia's son, Alexei, had? I might be right on that, I might be wrong. Anyway, I believe, one of the previously thought cures of it within history, and this I have not looked up in a long time, so I might be botching, was drinking blood, and therefore known to be vampires, which is how it got named in this game, which is... It's nice of them to give me some cured disease. A disease you can get off regular vampires quite frequently. So it pays, after fighting vampires, if you've not been paying attention to your diseases, to go and pray. And from that point, the gods will get rid of your diseases, which is something we've talked about previously in Morrowind. The fact that, agnosticism or atheism is a respected enough tradition of thought in our world, but it becomes a bit different when you can literally pray to the gods and physically get rid of diseases. Door opened with Imperial sewer key, which I believe it means manhole cover to the palace sewers. I found the sewer entrance. Now I need to find the old way. So, it's definitely like the whole idea of forgotten passageways, and you question almost if the Emperor was going to remember about this either way, or if this was all forgotten, sort of learned using Sevilla's stone. We've been spotted. It's odd that there's so many vampires living down here. I thought it was a neat touch to have one. But there is a whole brood of them? Is that the right plural word for vampires? A swarm. The combat music going off is always an indication that something's going on. Oh no. A terrifying mud crab. I have found the old way. This is clearly a long-abandoned sub-basement of the Imperial City. It looks like it's going to be a long journey to get into the Imperial Palace this way. I need to find the door that connects to the palace interior. If I remember correctly, I will need the arrow of extrication to unlock time in order to open that door. To unlock time. And of course, there's apparently zombies underneath the Imperial Palace. I do find it interesting that the undead's been the chosen enemy of this area. I wonder if that was a well thought out thing, or if they were just like, oh, we just need an enemy that you can kill loads of, and like guards seems to be in bad taste, especially with the narrative of the Thieves Guild so far. So we'll put in things that are human, but you can feel a little less guilty about killing, according to the game anyway. I'm sure, if you think about the vampires, I think they're still fairly conscious beings, so they might not be the most guilt-free thing to kill in the world. There's quite a few ghosts down here, which is one of the reasons I kept this silver dagger. It's my ghost-killing dagger. Ghosts seem to make more sense to me than vampires and zombies. Ghosts feel like something that would occur naturally almost in such a ancient place or old place, whereas I don't know how true any of this is in the actual lore of Oblivion. If you want to know more about lore of Oblivion, check out my series, Reading the Books of Oblivion, where we are currently book 3 in, and that was a dinner game at dinner or something. I'm enjoying the books, actually. There's some better writing in there, and there's some worse so far in the 3 that I've read, but I think it's a fun little side project anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, but yeah, so like a ghost feels, according to suppositions based on lore from our world. Ghosts feel more like things. Is that silver? I might take that silver mace. You know, haunted spirits in an old place that could develop over time from, you know, being cranky for whatever reason. Whereas vampires are definitely more infestational. And don't even ask me about skeletons. Do they, like... Does this just happen naturally in this world? Or do you have to have, like, magic involved? I'm asking all the important questions today. I am genuinely a little bit curious. And I wonder if that's stuff that, like... I imagine Mages Guild will actually tell you a fair amount on that, because the Mages Guild is fairly focused on necromancy. As being the big bad. So maybe we'll get there. Let's try out this mace. No, the dagger actually does more damage with our skills. Better to skillfully use a dagger than badly swing a mace, apparently. Whatever we say about the mechanics of necromancy, I think I managed to break that skeleton somehow. Something's changed. We've come from this long cave to what I believe is considered an eyelid, is it? I can't remember if that worked or not. Always worth a try. An eyelid structure. They always look like they were about to shoot or something. I cannot fire the quest arrow. I was like, I wonder. So what are we missing here? There's another button up there. Let's have a quick look at the map. Because there's a chance that there's a path here, maybe? What happens if I go in this corner? Does that... No. So that's not what we're missing. Perhaps I can shoot these. No. Just keep shooting everything and hopefully something will work. That's my current tactic. Gate is open remotely, so I imagine it's that switch and that switch. That switch opens up these, and then that switch opens the gate. I know what it is. We need these. Oh, come on, we're so close. This must be the method of getting up here, right? Oh, do I need better acrobatics or something? I'm trying to, like, do various wiggle techniques. No, probably not that then. I think, because there's been, I think, names announced of new Elder Scrolls, not necessarily exactly what it is, but I think, is it Hyrule? I can't even remember exactly which one it is, which shows how much I pay attention. But I think, like, I've recently been playing some Mountain Blade 2, just to dip back in and see what the state of that game is. And I can take and leave some of it, in all honesty. But the biggest thing that I came away from it and playing this, like, immediately after is, like, I really hope that they flesh out the combat system and get something a bit closer to I'm backtracking, by the way, just to see if I've missed an entrance or something along those lines. But yeah, I really hope that the combat system's fleshed out to a degree where we can actually have some more directional blocking, more interactions, and more skill-based than it just being level-based. But along to go with the level system stuff as well, because I think it does work well. But yeah, it's in stark contrast to something like this, where the tactic is just kind of learn when they're going to swing and hold your shield up. Which is obviously, I do genuinely think a lot better than Morrowind's dice roll system, where that is literally just hammer one button. And Skyrim, I think, is better than Oblivion. You know, in Skyrim, you unlock more abilities, and I just believe there's a bit more in the way of interaction. But I think, from what I remember, Skyrim's more spectacle. You know, the big thing they learned for Skyrim was that people like the that slow motion in Fallout. And I hope that spectacle isn't the focus, and instead, like, robust interactive combat system is, because that would go a whole way of making this game more interesting to play. Well, that route through there seems to have been not much of anything. I think what I'm going to do is leave it for today. We're coming up at a decent time, and I think this seems like a good place to progress a little further next time. So that's going to be all. Let me know. We're coming to the end of the Thieves Guild, so if you got any thoughts on what to do next, I know where I'm thinking, but if you have any invested interest in what we do next, then just comment it below. Yeah. Oh, I'm bad at these sometimes. I just trail off in mind and thought. My name's been Billy. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.